Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. So I'm going to be doing a Wednesday night live this week at 7 p.m. Eastern, and I usually make 3 or so cards during that live. However, the 24th is Wednesday, and the 24th at 3 p.m. Eastern, Stampin' Up! Is going to release to demonstrators both the retiring list and the last chance sale list for the 20 to 21 annual catalog that expires May 3rd, as well as an online version of the new annual catalog, which I won't be able to share with you. However, I do want to go through the retiring list and last chance sale. Last chance means just that. That means that's while supplies last, on sale for not everything, but some of the items on the retiring list through May 3rd or while supplies last. May 3rd is the end of the current annual catalog. So I figure that's going to take most of the time I usually allot for the Wednesday night live. And therefore, I'm going to be trying to do a video each day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I don't know about Friday yet. To share with you some cards and how to make them. This one will be for Vine Design. One of them will be sharing how I made the shaker card and maybe 1 or 2 other cards from the paper pumpkin with the supplies that I have left from that, and that was requested. And one may be an Easter card kind of bonanza, and then one will be another requested card, and I'll just leave that as a surprise. So yeah, that maybe brings me to Friday. I'll see. I have some other things I have to get done, so it might be spread out 4 videos, but through the weekend also, and probably on days I don't have other collabs happening. So that's my plan, plus I'll do the Wednesday night live for this week, so I hope you watch. Some of them could end up being premieres, like maybe this one, and some will just be a video. So yeah, let's get started. This is on, we're going to use Vine Design. We're going to make 3 cards, and it's on page 62 of the January to June mini catalog, which looks like this if you're not familiar. And this is currently going on now through June 30th. This one is. So these products are not retiring yet. Some of them are on back order, and some may go into not orderable if they feel like, well, for 2 reasons. They're like have way many more than back orders than they had hoped, you know, were getting in on the next shipment. They put it on back order, I mean not orderable, until they get that shipment and then figure out how many more they need. Yeah, so it might be a while. And then also they may put it on not orderable if things sell out and it's going to be too late, like the shipment won't come in by June 30th. Shipments from overseas have been delayed, and I won't say a problem, but there've been delays because, you know, the whole world situation still. So the ports are all backed up and all that is what we're still hearing. So anyway, don't want this to be a bummer video. I'm just letting you know that if you want anything out of this catalog, try and get it, or get it on back order if you can. If it's not orderable, then I can't really do anything to help you with that. But yeah, so anyway, let's get started with this one. I didn't originally buy this, and I went back and bought it not too long ago, which I didn't share in a haul because it was the only thing I got other than an extra butterfly brilliant set that I want to cut apart. I had mentioned that to you. So here's the stamp set, and it has some nice, you know, basic sentiments. Congratulations, thinking of you with sympathy, happy birthday, hello, and thank you. And the designs are pretty simple, and then it's got a label that you can, I didn't realize you could stamp it also. Silly me. Yes, you can. So we'll try and do that on the first card we're going to do. And so here's all the sentiments and then the flowers, and all of these. This does not have a die. On one of the cards in the catalog, it shows, I think it was the one in the back or the bundles. Yeah, it was. It shows it cut out. I think somebody fussy cut that. I'm not going to fussy cut that. The flowers have dies. I think this little leaf does too, but all these flowers have dies. And then the dies are what is amazing. I have one out, so I'll show that to you later. Here's the die that goes with the stamp label. Here's a rectangle, which looks like this. It's beautiful. This is in garden green, by the way. We're not using this on a card today. We are going to be using this circle one on the first card, but in a different color. This is in Pear Pizzazz. And this one, which is the oval. Okay, so that's what they look like. And then there's the circle one. And I have to tell you, I ran these back and forth, you know, like once forward and once back, just because it's easier for me to get the plate out. And these, you do have to use your brush, but really very gently and not much. They popped out really nicely. I was quite pleased, because sometimes with these intricate ones, yeah, that doesn't happen. But I went once back and forth and they popped out beautifully. I do see I have a little one stuck there. So use your brush, and you might have to use a pointy on a couple of the little dots, but other than that, they came up beautifully. So here's the flower dies. Looks like we've got 3, so you could stamp the little one 3 times. And then you've got, you know, this one, and here's the 6 petal one over here. And this is the little one I just showed you, three of those. So I did not use the flower dies except this one, and I'll show you that on card number 2. So let's get started, or we'll be here forever, which we don't want, right? Move this out of the way somewhere. Alrighty, so let me bring in the first card, and here it is. So this is what we're going to make together. I'm using paper from the Forever Greenery. It is this paper, which is Pear Pizzazz and Garden Green, best I can determine. And this is the other side of it, which is like a fern, but it almost looks like a Christmas tree. In fact, I think when I first got this, I made a card. I cut one of those out and made it look like a Christmas tree. And then the inside, I just stamped a little bit. And okay, so let's just get, I have all the bits cut. This is going to be, none of these are fancy folds, so don't expect that. And also, if anything interests you, I'm going to try and have most all these items, well, I will have all the items linked down below the video. If you would like to order them in the month of March, please use this host code for any orders under $150. Okay, now that said, you might want to wait and see what goes on sale on the retiring list of the annual and get it at the same time tomorrow night after my live. All right, so we are going to, if I can get a hold of it, use a piece of garden green cut 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, a piece of the designer paper cut 5 1/4 by 4. That's going to be our background. So let's glue those together. Got to open my glue back up. Closed it earlier. And this could be a little bit of a long video because I have 3 cards and not just one. But I tried to pre-cut things and so forth to make it a little bit shorter. Because I figure hopefully by now most of you know about die cutting that are watching, and I don't really need to show you that, although I do want to mention that all the dies in this kit work with the mini. The trick is you have to cut the piece of paper small enough to get it through the mini, which I get lazy about sometimes. Oh, now see, I wasn't paying attention. I thought about that and then I messed up. I was supposed to put this ribbon on. So, well, maybe we'll do it a little differently, because I don't think I can get it under there now. Yeah, we'll do it a little differently. what we're going to do is, where's my seal? Seal. We're going to put seal down. Sorry guys, what I did the last time is my usual, put it on the back of the card, wrapped it around, and then this is a fake bow slid under. We're still going to do a fake bow, but we're going to glue it right onto a ribbon. And I'm actually going to get a tool. I have this T thing, and put it about up, because this I want to go across straight once I get it going. There we go. And it always goes a little bit up from where I start. That's okay. That is okay. At least that way I get it sort of straight. And this ribbon is actually Pretty Peacock on this side with Old Olive edge and Old Olive, but you got Pretty Peacock showing through, shimmery Old Olive on this side. So I'm just going to glue that down, and then I'll trim it on the edges. So there's a fix for everything, right? And let's just cut that as straight as we possibly can. So there's a tip. What to do now. Hopefully it's a tip, but because we still have to put the fake bow on. And I didn't actually get the glue all the way that edge, so I might put a I'm gonna have to put a what do you call it, glue dot under there. I was looking for my pin, which I usually jab into my oh, and I don't want to do that because I still want to do the bow. Usually I do the top part first, but the bow is just a knot, guys, just a little knot, and down like this. I kind of want the shiny to show on both sides, and then we'll cut it right. We don't want it very long, I don't think. I had it longer on the other one, but we're going to make it shorter this time. Let's see, this way, right? Yeah. Okay. And then we'll, that's kind of shredding. Okay. We're just going to put it maybe off to one side here once I get it the way I want it. Ah! That one's shredding too. It's going to be a tiny bow now, or I'll recut it. I don't know which. There. I think that will do. So it'll be off to the side instead of in the center. Okay. Sorry about that. But you do it the same way, except that if you didn't have to glue this down, you would wrap that ribbon around that front piece. And then we're just going to go like that and tie it onto the front piece. Okay. All right. So that is that ribbon. Let's put my scissors away. Now let's do our die. Now I just want to show you. This is the die, the piece that I die cut, and I'm going to get my brush and a scrap, because all these little bits are going to come out, as well as the background, and I just want to be able to dump them into the trash. So actually this will pop out very easily like this. This is garden green cardstock, and let's just finish brushing. I'm going very gently. I try to do this usually with it in the die still, but the die came right off this time, so there you have it. And see how easy they're popping out. One little piece. Oh, one more little piece. There we go. Two more little pieces. Anyway, they pop out really easily. Let's get this dirty piece of paper put away into the trash with the bits. And there we go. Oops. Now, what I found is, if you take the largest plain layering circle dies that are in the annual catalog. It just about fits under this piece here. Okay, so what we're going to do is glue this carefully down to this piece. And to do that, I just used my Tombow and I just kind of tap. Now if you have a fine tip glue, you can use that, because you don't want big dots on here, you just want itty bits. Another technique you could do is use a sponge, but I personally am not a fan of that technique. I don't get it to work right without coming through to the front and getting everything all sticky. So, and I'm not going all the way to the edge flowers. That one even has a little much there. I'm just putting dots wherever there's a spot in the middle and out as far as the bottom edges of these flowers here, because the other ones are going to stick out over. So we don't want to do those. And I think that's probably about it. And now we'll carefully put this down onto here. You can put your silicone mat under if you're afraid to get it, you know, glue on the back. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but like mine could be over just a little bit that way, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'll put that at the bottom there and have more flowers sticking up off the top. Now on this card, I'm going to actually just glue this down. You can pop it up if you want to, but we're going to pop the sentiment up that we're going to stamp, so I chose not to do that. We're just going to put this down right here in the center. And then we have to do our sentiment, and I think I put that away actually. Excuse me. Stamp set. Here it is. We need our Thinking of You. Thinking of You. This one. And we also need this. We're going to try this time because I did not use that on here the last time. I just die cut it. Because silly me, you know. So I'm going to leave that out here, and we'll do that after we do the Thinking of You. And I used Garden Green. Maybe what we'll do is we'll put the Garden Green for the sentiment and the Pear Pizzazz edge. I think that would be nice. Alright, and this piece is big enough to die cut it if I get it in the middle, sort of. I got a little line, but I'm not going to worry about that too much because we're going to do that line also. So let's hopefully get the design, this design around it. Now this would be a, oops, I said I was going to use Pear Pizzazz for that. This would be a good design thing to use your Stamparatus on, but since I hadn't realized I even had this one, we're going to try it freehand and see how it goes. If not, I might flip it over and just do the sentiment. We shall see. Ooh, let me test that on a scrap first. First time you ever stamp with something, test it on a scrap. And why I'm saying that is I got some around the edges. I might even clean it. Yeah, see how I got lines? So let me clean my stamp. And I did just clean my chamois, so it's squeaky clean, even though it still looked pretty gross. And I'm covering up my March Host code. So tap gently on this one, I think. But make sure you have the lines all covered. Alright, let's see if we can do this. I'm a little nervous. Maybe I should have stamped that first. Oh my gosh. I'm proud of myself. Pat on the back, Deb. That's about as straight as I could hope to get it. Oh boy. So I'm going to actually put my stamps away, and then we're going to Oh, well, no, I won't until we die cut it. So let me get the die. And now this could go through the mini. So we'll try that. Let me bring the mini up. Isn't it cute? Sorry, I got cat hair all over it. And let me get my plates. Plates, where are you? This is sort of unplanned, guys. And we need plates. Oops. 1, 2, and 2. And I'm also going to get some purple tape because I want this to stay in place. Ooh, I'm sorry. So we have plate 1 and 2. And we're going to put this on here. Hopefully get it. I have to stand up. It's hard to see around the camera, so I apologize. Still didn't get my setup changed. And I need to go down the other way a little bit. There we go, I think. No, a little bit more. Nope, too far. Good enough, I say. I'm going to put that right across there. I don't usually like to use that kind of tape, but alright, let's see if I can position this so I can do it. And without bumping your camera too much, Deb. I do recommend doing it on a desk and not on the paper that I have underneath the desk, which slides. Alright. Let's see how I did. I think I'm going to have a little white on the ends, but I think we can deal with that. Now I'm going to do this very carefully because sometimes the purple tape tears the paper. I think that's good enough, and I'm going to go with it. And if you don't, then you could redo it. Alright, putting my die away, put my plates away. So that was our mini. Alright, now that we're going to bump up and put just across like that. Pretty simple. I'm just going to use regular dimensionals to do that. I'm not used to doing videos like this instead of lives, but oh well. And then I have, I have a second channel for jewelry. I don't have enough subscribers yet on that one to do lives. I need 1,000 subscribers, and I'm only at like 355, which I'm grateful for. But yeah, it's just kind of like, I can't do lives, oh no. Alright, so that is that. Now the last thing we have to do is, on the outside, is the bling. And what I chose to use were these Gilded Gems, and I used the small ones on the centers of the flowers that were appearing. And so let me get my take your pick. And I'm going to use the flat end and just kind of lift these a little bit because I was having trouble sliding them off with the putty end. So you don't want to go all the way under, just part way. And down like that. These are in the annual catalog. And I think they're part of Forever Greenery as well, but I might be wrong about that. Because it's been a while since I looked. We actually can put one more on this one because I don't have this one covered up. And then we're going to use the larger ones, which I had some of on the other sheet, but that's okay. And we'll put one here, and one down here. Okay. Okay. Now for the inside, right? Here's the inside pieces. And what we did here is just stamp a flower, which I have. I don't have that. Yes, I do. Here it is. And some leaves, but I think I'm just going to do the flower this time, actually, because I wasn't really loving how the leaves came out. So we're going to stamp the flower in Pear Pizzazz. There is a little, let me show that to you. This is what I used on the other one, and I don't have that out still anyway, so we're just going to use the flower. And I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to stamp it in Pear Pizzazz. There we go. Okay. And now we'll assemble that, and that will be card 1 done. 25 minutes for 1 card. Eesh, I might have to break this up. We'll do 2 and see where we are. And if it takes too long for 2 and this one, I don't want to go beyond an hour for this video. So all right, there's our first card. Similar, a little boo-boo here, but it turned out cute, I think. In fact, I think I kind of even like it better that way. So there we are. Let's get started on our second card. You figure out where to put these. Oh no. Out of room, and my chair's squeaking and everything. So the next one, instead of using Forever Greenery, I brought in the Boho Indigo product medley from the annual catalog. It is this, well, this says refill because when you get this, there's an actual stamp and dies that go with this, which I don't have out. But you can get a refill, which is just the paper and the specialty papers that were in it, and the sticker sheets, not sticker sheets, cutout sheets, which we're going to use one of. Ooh, sorry. And that refill pack is 153925. And the colors are Night of Navy, Bare Vanilla, White, Misty Moonlight, and Garden Green. We're going to use Night of Navy with this designer paper. What I did is I die cut the oval out of Very Vanilla. This is a Very Vanilla thick cardstock. This is Very Vanilla regular cardstock. This is one of the labels. Now, I didn't have another one of those, so we're going to use a smaller label and use a hello instead of a happy birthday. And this ribbon is part of the product medley as well. And then I just die cut 3 of the flowers of the same shape out of our gold foil. And I used the holiday rhinestones in Night of Navy to pop on those 3 flowers. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of blurry looking, huh? So that's what we're going to do pretty much. And there's the inside, a strip of paper and 2 of the flowers stamped in Night of Navy. So let's get started on this one. Get all my bits and bobs. So this one is still in the die. Here are the 3 die cut 6 petal flowers. So they go actually with this stamp set, but I didn't stamp them, I just die cut them. And move the trims out of the way. And what I found with the oval, same as with the circle, this works with the largest of the layering ovals regular dies. Now you could probably use the scalloped one if you wanted, and it would go out a little further, but again, I just have a little bit hanging over the edge around this, but it's enough to make that pop off the paper, because I found that putting this onto the pattern paper directly, which has vines all over it, right, and flowers, was a little too busy. So putting the Night of Navy behind it calmed it down a little. Then it was okay to put the busy vine on it again. Now this one, I do have the whole oval popped up as well as the happy birthday on dimensionals, and that's what we're going to do again. So first thing is, let me bring in my sloppy paper again and my brush, and let's just take this out of the die. I'm just going to quickly go through and get as many of these out as I can while it's still in the die. And you see, they're coming out real easy. And like I said, it was a once back and forth. And I did this in the big machine. I don't know if the little one, if you have to run it through more than once. I haven't tried that yet. You know, like more than one back and forth. You may be able to get away with just one, you know, forward motion. Okay, I need my pokey thing to get this started to come out. And then once you get it started, it just pops right out. Some of them pop right out without even having to do that. Well, let's see if we missed a few. One right there. And there we go. I think I got them all. So let me get rid of this trash and the dye. Isn't it nice to have a trash can right below the desk? Oh, oops, I just dropped my other die. Sorry. Okay. Alrighty, and I've already cut the paper and everything. Let's move this out of the way for the moment. So same thing here. This is 5 3, yeah, 5 and, actually this one is 5 1/4 this way by 4 this way, and this is 3 3/4 by 5 for the designer paper. I did it a little bit different, and that's what the other side looked like. Also cute, but I wanted the navy background with the vine paper on it. Had to use all these papers and things because I have not seen product medleys carry forward very often. I think once it did in a holiday catalog. And actually this one I don't have to wrap the ribbon around, so let's go ahead and put that onto our Very Vanilla card base. Thick Very Vanilla, excuse me, it is the Thick Very Vanilla. Cut 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Just put that on the card front. And now we're going to do the exact same thing we did on the other card. But before we do that, actually, what we're going to do is there's 3 flowers here in the middle that are these shapes. So I die cut 3 in gold, and we're actually going to flip this over, and right where those holes are, hopefully, we're going to put a glue dot. And because the glue dot will hold the foil on, and yes, it'll come through and stick to your finger a little bit when you do this. And you do have to be careful you don't, now see that one's a little off, so I'm going to just scooch it over. Actually, I might redo that one. Yeah, let's redo that one. I got that a little bit off center. There we go. You want it right in the middle because, oops, that came off my finger. Because you're going to put the flowers down, and then we'll be covering up that middle part with a rhinestone. That one's a little bit off too. Just move it over a little bit. As long as it doesn't show through the, am I happy with that? Not really. I'm going to do that one again too. Sorry, I got it right the first time when I was not on camera, of course. Alright, let's try one more again. And let's see if I can plop that right down in the middle. There we go. Alright, good enough. Now we're going to position these so that the petals are over the petals on the Very Vanilla. And that should allow the gold to show through. And yes, you'll feel that sticky coming through as well. And I try and get them positioned pretty close to what's on there because there's a little ridge on the gold. Let me see if you can see it on this one where the die cut goes. And that will show through if you don't get them lined up. And it doesn't really matter because nobody's going to look at it that close except maybe other card makers. So And there you go. So now we're going to take our glue, and we have this space here to put glue on, as well as tap on some of these other, that one didn't get much, these other bits, right? Again, not all the way out to those leaves extending beyond the edge, because they're going to hang over, and so we don't want the glue hanging over, because we're going to bump this one up on dimensionals. I think that's probably good enough. You could put a little more on if you want. More on, not moron. Alright, and just sort of position it as best you can on the oval. I need to come down a little bit, and I think that's probably good enough. And I'm going to flip it over. Just rub it. You could use your bone folder. And we're going to go ahead and put that up on dimensionals. Alright, I am going to bring in my, no I'm not, because it's buried, my silicone mat. I'm just going to be careful I don't push too hard. So we'll do one here, one here, one here, one here, and then I'm going to cut, let's see, 1, 2, 3, we're going to cut 4 off the edge here and put them right down the middle, and that should be plenty. You could put more on here if you would like, but we're not going to. I hope you're all having a great week. Today is what, Tuesday? Today is Tuesday. So YouTube has a new thing now. It's checking every video after it uploads. It's checking it if you are monetized, to make sure that everything's okay. So I had a longer video, my paper pumpkin one, yesterday. It took 51 minutes to upload and another 36 minutes to check it. I was like, what? Alright, now we're going to stamp hello, and we're going to use Night of Navy. This is a label that came out of the Boho Indigo product medley kit, which is where the paper's from. So we're mixing Fine Design with Hello Indigo in this case. And the first one we mixed Fine Design with, having trouble seeing, sorry, with Forever Greenery. I got that a little crooked. Not too bad though. We're going to go with it, because I don't know if I have another one exactly of that shape either. I might, but I don't want to take the time right now to do that. And it is a little bit of a small piece, but that's okay. We're going to bump that up on dimensionals as well, right here. Right here, and then we're just going to put one in the middle. And then we'll do a bow, and then we'll do the inside, I think. Actually, we'll do the inside first, and then we'll do the bow. And let's get this on straight. Pretty straight. Alright, now on the inside, again, 5 1/4 by 4, 5 by 3 3/4, 5 by 3 3/4. This is 1/2 inch by 5, so let's glue that on. Just an extra strip of paper. Sorry for reaching. My glue's in its holder a little bit further back. And I just want this over along the edge. And this is very vanilla, regular cardstock. And this is Night of Navy. I hope they never discontinue Night of Navy, because I love it. Of course, I'm a blue girl. I just put glue around the edge. You can put it all over if you want, but I'm starting to only put it around the edge because I use a lot of glue. And then we're actually going to take the flower, the big flower, and use our Night of Navy ink and just put a flower here and here. I'm going to move this back a little bit because my work surface bends a little bit here with the camera stand the way it is. You do have to be careful on this one too about not getting ink around the edges. And we're just gonna, because it will show up. And there we go. So always check your stamp before you push down, because I'm not good about that, and yeah, sometimes I make a mess. Go figure. Alrighty, I think we'll have time to do our third card because it's a little easier. I'm gonna try. And the next video I do like this, now this one I'll put a little squiggle in there. It will be only 2 cards, I think. So, because it'll be the paper pumpkin, making 2 of the cards, and one of them is going to take a little longer. Alright, now this ribbon is what came in the kit, and we have to tie a bow. Uh-oh. And I have sticky. So, let me pull out a little more. I'm just going to try and do it the way I was taught for shoelace tying, right? Oh, wow, worked pretty good. I probably got way more ribbon than I need, but the nice thing about leaving it on the spool to do that is you don't waste too much. You only waste a little bit on one side. And we're going to just put that down. I'm going to pull it, the bow's a little shorter and the tail's a little longer, and we're going to put that down with a glue dot as soon as I find them. They're trying to escape me. Here we go. Glue dots are great. I'm going to put that right at the bottom of this oval here. And there we have card number 2 with Vine Design and Boho Indigo, which is a product medley, all-inclusive type of product medley. So let me stick my ribbon thing away, put that in my Boho Indigo kit. I do keep that ribbon in with the kit, because if I ever do resell, oh, we have one more step. I want the ribbon to be in with it. We're going to put these small Night of Navy gems from the Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels. They are in the annual catalog. And we're just going to put them on the 3 flowers that have the gold behind. And that's it. So that is that card. Alright. Really pretty, I think. Yeah, putz with your bows a little bit. Putz with your bows a little bit. So that's card 2. And then card 3. Okay. We're going to do a note card, and we're going to stamp. Real simple, easy peasy card. Hang on. No, I don't know. An envelope. So there's the outside of the envelope stamp. This is the note card, and then this is the outside of the envelope flap too. So for this, we're going to do thank you card. I already did a little tiny bow. Normally I wouldn't do a bow on a note card, but I just felt like I needed a little something there, so I just did a tiny little bow, and that I saved you the pain of having to watch me do that. It's just a little knot. And it is the In Color 2022 in Magenta Madness. So I'm going to put that away now to get it off my desk too. So here we have this stamp. We're going to bring in 3 ink colors: Just Jade, Magenta Madness, and Bumblebee. All from the In Colors this time for this current In Colors 20 to 2022. And we're going to do Just Jade first, and I'm going to bring in my scrap paper that looks pretty bad, but oh well. Let me move these stamps out of the way. And I want to do that because, sorry about my phone, I have to go out to a store after this and pick something up. Anyway, ooh, I almost dropped it. Don't drop it. And you can open this up or do it before you fold, but I just want to have this like right, that bottom stem sort of down. I think I had it up a little high on my first one. And I'm going to push and hope I got it good. I didn't do what I said, and that's I didn't check the stamp before I pushed down, but we'll go with it a little light because of time. And what I can do afterwards is I'll take this brush end and just touch up a few of those that I'm not happy with. So that's all we need the Just Jade for. Let me get it out of the way. And actually we can get this out of the way now too. And now we'll do the large flower in Magenta Madness and the small flower in Bumblebee, and we're also going to do the sentiment in Magenta Madness, which is the thank you. In fact, let's do that first. That's going to go up here in the corner, which I need to stand up for. And it goes right there. Sort of straight, sort of not. That's all right. Now see, I got ink on the edges. I'm actually going to wipe that off and start over. I'm pushing down too hard on my ink pad, I think. Yeah, tap, tap, tap. All right. So we're going to start over here. We're just going to put them wherever we want. One there, maybe one up here. And one over here, right here. Sort of every other flower. And one right about here. And we'll clean that off. Clean our thank you off. And close up our Magenta Madness, which I love. I love that color. They could keep that around if they wanted to, as far as I'm concerned. All right, well, they will keep it around for another year, thank goodness. Okay, now we have the little tiny flower, one of them, the one that has 3 dies to go with it. We're not using dies. It's hard to see the color on the stamp with this because the yellow, you know, doesn't show up as well on the red, and I got a line, so I'm going to clean my stamp. Drat. Tap, tap, tap. And we'll put that one here. I'm going to clean it after each time just to be sure. Tap, tap, tap. And one here. And I guess we could do one more right down here. You can go off a little bit on that one. Not too much. Alright. Now let's close that up and put our little bow on. And that is... Oh no, hang on. I didn't do the envelope. Let's do the envelope before we do the bow. So we do need Magenta Madness back here again. And this is the flap. Oh, that's the wrong envelope. Is it? Yeah, that's the wrong envelope. Oopsie. Here it is. Like, that looks too big. Phew. So we're just going to do the pink in the middle and 2 little yellow ones. I'm tapping in the corner of my ink pad because it's really juicy there. And this one especially looks like the middle's getting a little dry. Oops. Yeah, I'll use my pad, and then we're going to do the bottom corner again. All right. Alrighty, we got a little line on that one too. Bumber. Alright. Let's put the ink pads away. Last step is we'll add that little bow. And that concludes our vine design one bundle, well, pretty much, and 3 cards, 3 different ways. Let's get our little knot bow on here, and I put it right where, oops, I want the bulky part of the knot on the, oops, on the top. Push down, pull up, and put it right where they kind of intersect there. Right there. Alrighty. There we go. And that's it. So, that one, this one, well, this is the one we did, and this one. We have a hello and a happy birthday, so this is the one we did together. I hope you enjoyed that, and I guess that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching and spending time with me today, and I will talk to you the next time. Hugs, love, and peace.